Dear old woman, the young woman began shyly, what is the meaning when a woman kisses a man after a moment of intimacy? The old woman, with a sympathetic smile, invited the young woman to sit and listen to her wise lessons on intimacy and love. Look girl, I'm going to reveal to you all the lessons and truths that I have learned throughout my life, and at the end I will give you some advice. From what I've learned throughout my life, many couples feel that others have a more satisfying sex life than their own. Engaging in sex in the morning releases oxytocin, a chemical that promotes a feeling of connection and love throughout the day. Research has shown that breast foreplay can increase sexual arousal in men. Also, I've heard that women are more likely to experience multiple orgasms if they wear socks during sex. If a woman decides not to perform oral sex with a man, he may choose to stimulate her breasts. Practicing anal sex occasionally can help relieve back pain in women and possibly improve their quality of life. Studies have shown that regular sexual activity can strengthen the immune system. About 1% of women can experience orgasms through stimulation of their breasts alone. Even brief sexual encounters can have similar health benefits as a longer exercise session. Additionally, men who are sexually active 3 times a week can reduce their risk of heart disease by up to 50%. When a woman performs oral sex on a man, her body releases a hormone that can help burn fat. It is interesting to note that approximately 80% of men pay attention to breasts when they meet someone for the first time. Additionally, some claim that couples who watch adult content together tend to have higher levels of commitment. On average, a person spends about 6,000 hours engaging in intimate activity between the ages of 20 and 70. It is important to note that forced intimate relationships can have serious consequences, such as penile injury, especially in the missionary position, which poses the greatest risk. The recommended method for having intimate relations involves lifting your partner slightly and allowing the penis to enter your genital area. If during intimacy a sound is perceived from the woman's intimate area, it may indicate her satisfaction. When a man caresses a woman's breasts, he admires her and values her body. He can be as stimulating as a woman by expressing her desire for intimacy with multiple partners and enjoying the passion. During intimacy, a woman experiences several physical changes in her body. Love play, such as gently biting a woman's nipple, can increase her arousal. According to psychology, women who enjoy oral sex may be more inclined to be disloyal in their relationships. It is common for women to be older than their male partners, and some men prefer the intimate company of younger women. When a woman discovers that she enjoys intimacy with another woman, she may experience a sense of loss similar to that of grief, which can be very difficult to cope with. Intimacy is not only a form of fun, but it can also contribute to mental and physical health. Male arousal is not necessarily related to a partner's weight, and statements suggesting otherwise may be inaccurate. According to psychology, a woman who chooses to dress in a way that highlights her attributes may be perceived in the wrong way, and it is important not to make assumptions about her sexual intentions. A woman's natural movement when walking is not necessarily related to her intimate activity. It is a myth that a woman's literary or film tastes determine her preference for a specific type of intimacy. Some men may find pleasure in stimulating their partner's breasts, but this is not unique to all couples. Satisfaction in intimacy cannot be generalized. It varies depending on each person's individual preferences and experiences. During intimacy, a woman's vagina can expand, but to suggest that the size of the expansion is directly related to pleasure is an inaccurate generalization. There is no scientific evidence to support this claim. Regarding height, there is no direct correlation between height and the frequency of intimate relationships. Intimate relationships do not determine a person's physical appearance or have a significant effect on their youthful appearance. During intimacy, moaning or screaming may occur if penetration is uncomfortable or if a sensitive area is stimulated incorrectly. The relationship between the size of a woman's breasts and the size of her vagina is a myth and has no scientific basis. Maintaining regular intimate activity can help strengthen the immune system, but the exact frequency may vary depending on individual needs and preferences. In general, about 70% of women do not experience pleasure in their first intimate experience. Some women may resort to inserting a finger into their own vagina to relieve arousal and heat. Maintaining intimate relationships with deep affection for one's partner can bring great enjoyment and potentially have a positive impact on sperm quality. Some people believe that men are attracted to larger buttocks due to cultural or personal associations, but there is no scientific evidence to support that this is related to fertility. Additionally, although some men may be more inclined to help women with certain physical characteristics, such as larger breasts, this may vary depending on individual circumstances and should not be generalized. Lastly, although the aforementioned study suggests that for some men, sleeping and eating are equally important as intimacy, only a small percentage of men, about 7%, keep their eyes open while kissing, while about 5% of women do. When a man looks lovingly at a woman and tenderly establishes eye contact by caressing her body, it can generate immediate satisfaction in the woman. Most people have their first intimate experience around age 19. Some women can experience orgasms solely through stimulation of areas such as the knuckles and breasts. It has been observed that couples who maintain an active intimate life tend to have fewer conflicts. Some people believe that consuming a mixture of ground almonds and milk in the morning can help prolong intimacy, as it is believed to delay the release of semen, but there is no solid scientific evidence to support this claim. According to survey results, approximately 2% of women have breasts of larger than average size. If you want to have an intimate encounter with a woman, it is important to start with gentle caresses, paying delicate attention to different parts of her body, such as her center, vagina, and breasts. When a man gently caresses a woman's lips, cheeks, and neck, he can awaken sexual desire in them, which can result in immediate satisfaction during intimacy. It is important to remember that breast size does not increase significantly during intimate activity. Any perceived increase may be temporary due to arousal. Women's ears are sensitive and playful kisses or gentle touches can cause arousal in them. Showing affection towards your partner's ears can also generate arousal in them. Additionally, many women can become aroused by stimulation of their breasts. When a woman is ready for intimacy, she may experience an increase in body temperature and a swelling sensation in the breasts. It's important to remember that having someone on your mind doesn't necessarily mean that person is thinking about you too. The arousal process usually lasts between 15 and 20 minutes for women, while achieving intimate satisfaction usually takes 20 to 25 minutes. Contact of the penis with a woman's vagina can increase arousal during intimacy. For both women and men, the first intimate experience can be a special and meaningful moment. It is suggested that women who show a preference for oral sex may be more likely to be unfaithful, although this may vary from person to person and should not be generalized. It is common that in some relationships, women are older than men, and a preference is observed on the part of some men to have relationships with younger women. Sex is an intimate act that many people choose to share only with someone they love or are committed to. It is common for about 65% of women worldwide and 90% of men to masturbate occasionally.